It's September 27, 2019, and we want to know, between Booster Gold, Brainiac, and Pandora, why does everybody want to cancel our show?
On Earth 20, who needs time tailors or Kryptonian battlesuits when you've got a Land's End catalog?
All this and more coming up. It's episode 349.
This day, we rescue a world from mysticism and tyranny, and usher in a future brighter than anything we can imagine.
Look! Up in the sky! It's a bird!
It's a plane!
It's
Distress Citizens Radio.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 349 of DCR, the only bi-weekly, weekly podcast pre-recorded 5 years in advance. I remain your host, Beth Lamont, comic book reader extraordinaire, and we are joined by the
evanescence of comics.
The evanescence of comics, Mr. Brian Glide.
Wake me from inside. I can't feel this something. Daredevil's flying in the background somewhere.
All right, we got that, and of course, as always, joining us, the lovely, the effervescent, the bubbly Miss Kelly. Hello.
It's bubbly and evanescence.
Well, no, you're evanescent, she's effervescent.
Okay.
The combination of the two is never a good thing. But we're here. What are we here to do, guys?
Spoil things.
Spoilers! Yeah, we are here to...
Guy steps out for a quick cigarette, and they try to steal the show from you. Hey, everybody, it is I, Sean Lamont, and I guess Beth was doing her best Sean impression there to start off the show. Where did you guys leave off? Where are we here?
Spoilers.
Okay, yes, we are a spoiler cast. We're going to go over all the books that came out from DC Comics in their new 52 line. Talk about things that happened in them, plot lines, storylines, character development. As long as Beth doesn't off me to steal my seat again.
We're going to go with that?
We're going to go with that.
Okay.
If you guys want to start, you could start. That's less lifting from me. Because we are covering so many books this week, guess how many questions we're going to do?
None.
Zero zip, null, the big goose.
Though I will answer the question. Yes, I am recovering from the bear mauling.
Yes.
Thank goodness for modern medicine here.
It's great. We threw in the back to
2019.
Yeah, you promised me no bear maulings, and I got bear mauled.
I'm going to build a time machine, go back in time, and kill all of the mutant feral bears. And then you don't have to worry about it.
I tell you, Sean, it was no picnic.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. You guys are going to be slapstick now that Beth has started it off in this tone, aren't you? Great. Awesome. So, with that being said, we are going to lunge into this week's books. It's throwback time. What? Chicken butt? What? Give it to me, Brian. You're going to lead us off with something.
Guess what I'm going to do?
Yeah.
I'm going to do a Grant Morrison comic.
Whoa! Out of
Veering
all
off of my usual wheelhouse.
Yes, I know. Of everything. Every comic ever written, you're going to go with a Grant Morrison one, huh?
I know.
Oh, man. I didn't
It's a
see
stretch.
it coming.
I've got the Multiversity, Society of Superheroes, Conquerors from the Counterworld.
Yes!
Oh, my goodness.
Is it the Counterweight Continent from Pratchett's books?
I don't read.
Oh,
Sorry.
well, there's a continent on the other side of the planet just to make sure it doesn't tip over. It's the Counterweight Continent.
Splendid. All right, so we are on Earth 20.
Okay.
Following through the Multiversity event.
Actually, you know what, real quick? Since that whole bear mauling thing, Kelly, you are aware of the multiverse, correct?
Yes.
You know of all the different Earths that are out there?
Yes.
Okay, so we're good. They're all just slightly different than one another and
And 52 is the lamp planet.
Correct. So continue, Brian.
All right, so on Earth 20, it's a very pulp-themed superhero universe.
So smoothies for everyone?
Mm-hmm.
I do like smoothies.
Doc Fate is forming the Society of Superheroes, When the world's in trouble, call SOS. He's got some great branding.
Yes.
And then is he going to make me a triple berry smoothie?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then I will call him.
Wearing jodhpurs.
Yeah, that's cool.
The SOS includes the Immortal Man, the former Anthro, a caveman who cannot die thanks to a magic meteorite.
So is Anthro a copy of Vandal Savage, or is he his own
If we
character?
are going off of Final Crisis, they were enemies. So
Okay.
we will get to what my theory on.
Okay, I'll let you get to it.
Yes. We've got Lady Blackbird, a fighter pilot. A very demonic-looking Abin Sur, the Green Lantern of this time period. And the Atom, Al Pratt, the world's only 4'2" superhero to battle evil while wearing a sweater vest and sensible
Yes!
slacks. Very, very pulpy.
Science.
So
He just needed a pipe with that mask he was wearing,
Yes.
so he could just blow bubbles with it or something.
Yep. I do like that he got his superpowers by completing a fitness course in the back of a comic book.
That's hilarious.
Mm-hmm. So, every 100 years or so, as foretold in a haunted comic book that we already show up in the initial issue of the Multiversity, 2 mirror universes will align and can be breached across the bleed. So on Earth 40, another very pulpy world where Vandal Savage was granted immortality by a meteorite instead of Anthro, after destroying his world, he decides to go and destroy the peaceful Earth 20.
Not just that, though. He's got a mission. He's going to be the caveman pirate of the multiverse, which is, I was like, yes! Yeah! He's got an airship. He's got biplanes. I am in.
Yep.
Is he Sky Pirate?
Kind
A
of.
little bit. The whole thing is very Rocketeer / Sky Captain and the world of tomorrow. So he takes his own little villain group of Blockbuster and Felix Faust and Lady Shiva.
Not
and,
my first picks.
And an army of zombies. And he invades. And there's a big fight. Parallax appears as a giant skeletal dragon.
Okay.
The Atom is forced to compromise his morals.
Oh.
Abin Sur returns
That
to...
doesn't sound like action.
Yeah.
Morals.
It's a very important part of the issue, and I don't want to spoil everything. And it'd take me 20 years to explain it if I did. Abin Sur returns to stop the foppish yellow dandy Count Sinestro from sticking his yellow skeleton dragon on everybody. And helps Doc, Fate, and Atom power their magical portal with the skull of the yellow ghost dragon to open up the multiverse and go and try to save it.
It's a really awkward key. A skull of a yellow ghost dragon.
Well, it's more like a
Only thing that'll
battery.
Unlock the door.
Like, this is how computers work. Magical computers, if you just put the skull of a yellow dragon on top of it, just powers it right up.
Yeah, exactly. It's like overclocking at that point.
Yes.
Now my WoW session is going to be awesome.
So Doc Fate volunteers to go, being kind of the Superman analog of his world. But Abin Sur has been informed of a full-scale cosmic invasion. He gets to go join the Multiversity and be on the cover of Multiversity #1 instead.
Da, 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 da.
So meanwhile, when all this stuff is happening, Vandal Savage and the Immortal Man have a fight using their meteorite shards as weapons. It's the only thing that can kill them, Sean. So Vandal goes to bash Immortal Man in the head just with a rock, old-fashioned style, just like, meh. But,
Caveman showdown.
yes, but, Immortal Man has fashioned his into a spearhead, so he just kind of from a safe distance goes poke right in his belly, and, you're dead there, Vandal Savage.
Victory, yay.
Yep. But the real plan all along was to spill the blood of an immortal at this ancient Mayan temple and summon a god from hell.
What's the name of this Mayan temple?
A giant stone idol of a Nixhuotan opens its eyes and begins to end the world.
Oh.
So it's spelled very, Aztec Mayan style, but it is basically Nixhuotan in that style.
Trash in Earth 20.
Yeah, Trash in Earth 20. So the book and the whole overarching
Theme?
not even theme, just sort of like the set dressing of this was being narrated by a journal of the Immortal Man. And the book was basically supposed to be a warning to other universes that this may happen to them as well. So warn your super people, and if you have no super people, you are SOL when you send out your SOS.
I don't think that's what he said.
That's about what he said, right?
That's
Very,
that's
very
a little
pulpy.
bit of paraphrase.
Very pulpy.
Your SOL, suck ass.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you following all this, Kelly?
No.
Okay, it's got its roots in a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
it was kind of established. Have you gotten to Final Crisis yet?
No, I haven't yet.
Okay, because you do see battles between Anthro and Vandal Savage.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, now I feel like I'm left out.
No. It's not even. It's the smallest aspect of
so
Final
it's
Crisis.
the entire storyline is hung on that hook right there.
So
right?
you've still been
Caveman battles.
you still haven't read those books after 5 years?
Nope. I'm lazy and slow, and I never learned to read.
Wait a minute. Then how?
That's why I do comic books. I've told you that before. I just read, and I even have my whole thing where I'm like, hey, we might get some stuff wrong, because I don't know what the word bubbles say. I'm just like, this guy's looking at him funny, so I'm assuming he doesn't like what he said. Mm-hmm. No, very, very good, though.
It's very good. You're gonna be putting in some work, but it's gonna make you think, but it's gonna be very rewarding if you sit down and figure it out. So,
do you think these are trial runs for possible new books, or do you think this is going to clean up the multiverse since so many of them seem to be being destroyed along the way?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, this has sort of been a standalone story he's been working on for 10 years or so. I mean, he's had a lot of these. He's had the art in the can for quite a bit of time already. I don't know. It's like I would certainly love to see Chris Sprouse on a regular book.
Yeah, what
gorgeous.
the heck, man? He was doing the backups in Action Comics while Morrison was writing it, and I absolutely love them. And then he just disappeared. I don't know if he went to another company or something and was drawing there, but
I think
No, he went to a different Earth.
Oh, okay. Well, that would make sense, actually.
I have not seen him do monthly work in a while, so I'm not sure.
But it looked very, very good.
It's gorgeous. Yeah.
Very good. So I'm hoping he finds a little bit more steady work from DC, and they go, hey, buddy, how's it going?
Yeah.
Why don't you try this on for size? Yeah. So I give it 2 thumbs up.
Yeah.
2 thumbs. Yeah. Next up, though, in our throwback section still, Superman Doomed, number 2. Bet you didn't expect me to pick that one. There's a reason, though. There's a reason. Because much like Multiversity, it seems like this one's also attacking us. Us ourselves. Our show in general. So where we had left off, Kelly, as you grab the book from my desk.
Pardon me, I need to interject this. Superman Doomed, bracket, lowercase, last son, bracket, colon, lowercase, chapter number 4, quote, evolutions, end quote.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Thank you for that. I'm sure people wouldn't have been able to figure out from Superman Doomed number 2.
No.
So, anyway, Superman got taken over by Doomsday. Do you remember that part? He breathed in a bunch of spores after he killed Doomsday, and he's been turning into Super Doom. That's what we've been calling him. After that happened, he's been kind of going back and forth, trying to maintain control. And that's when Brainiac decided he was going to attack Earth, get a little revenge for the last time he showed up and Superman knocked him away. So he shows up, starts sucking out the brain power of everyone there to form his supercomputer. And Super Doom has gone full on Berserker mode. He's kind of, what's the word I want to use? Basically, the juice is loose right now.
Okay.
And he is just tearing through this fleet.
Has he snapped into a Slim Jim?
He has not snapped into a Slim Jim, but he could get into a Bronco at any given moment and flee the police. Mm-hmm. We don't know. So he is tearing apart this fleet, and he's about to destroy Brainiac's flagship. And that is when Vril docks. Am I pronouncing that right? Vril docks?
As best as anyone can guess.
Okay, fair enough. The actual guy that is Brainiac. Like the guy that was him beforehand.
Sorry.
Oh, yes. We're about to get there. So, he confronts him and says, listen here, Super Doom, you can keep trashing my ship, but really you and I are on the same side. We want to make the universe a better place. So let me show you what I can do. I'm getting all this brain power so I can create a malleable universe. Essentially, everything is based off perception, belief, etc. So if I get enough living people to believe something, I can actually use that power to reshape it. And look, I can make Lana Lang and Steel get married and become the new Steel protectors of Metropolis. And Brian, how does Steel...
Steel's answer to marrying Lana Lang is, of course...
dumping a bunch of metal on her.
Yeah, covering her in liquid metal.
I saw that. I was like, oh, man.
I'm on Team Klana. I do not cotton to that one bit.
Klana. So he keeps showing him all these different visions of things that he could do with this power and what he intends to do. He's going to make things better. Just, hey, dude, chillax, pull back, don't destroy my ship. The problem is, while he's doing this, he's basically using Superman to get a fix on his allies that are still back at the Fortress of Solitude, trying to shut down this signal that he's sending out to get all this brain power. So as he shows him a vision, Superman thinks about those people, and he goes, oh, there they are, and he goes, bloop, and absorbs them into his supercomputer. This keeps going on and on and on. Everyone's getting absorbed in, and as that's happening, of course, he also sends down the battered shell of Cyborg Superman, who is missing an arm still from the last time he ran across Super Doom, and Supergirl is forced to fight him, and of course Brainiac goes, you know, that's her dad. That's kind of messed up. You're making her fight her dad. You're a jerk, Superman. And Superman's like, oh, I am surprised at this turn of events. I didn't see it coming. So anyway, let's get away from all that. Lois Lane has Brainiac powers. She's able to do like little woodgy brain powers herself. So she ends up coming in as well to this whole psychic battle between Super Doom and Vril Dox. And eventually they end up overpowering Vril Dox. Brainiac loses control of all this power, and Superman goes, hey, buddy, Lois Lane, here is all of the power. You get to remake the universe in your image. You can do whatever you want. Try to, like, fix some of the stuff that just got trashed down there on Earth if you could. That'd be awesome. I personally am going to take Vril Dox here, and I'm going to push him through this wormhole that just showed up after we blew up the engine or whatever. And I'll get rid of Brainiac forever. And since I'm Super Doom and I can barely control myself, I'm just going to go through that little wormhole with him. And he sacrifices himself in a very Superman-esque role right there, where he just kind of goes, hey, man, I'm going to learn from my mistakes. Sure, you're going to die, but it's for the greater good. But I don't like that I have to do this, but it is what has to be done. And I will try to figure out a better way next time.
I mean, I push you through a portal one way or another.
Yeah, I mean, it has to end with me pushing you through a portal. I mean, we all know this.
Portal or the sun.
I did like the part when he was going up there to attack, and it's Lois Lane and Lana Lang, and Lois is like, you can do it, Superman. You'll figure out a way, and blah, blah, blah. And then Lana Lang just kind of rips the mic out and goes, listen here, Superman. I know you're going to try to make friends with Brainiac. Don't do it. Just kill him. Kill that stupid green bugger. Just do it. Don't make any friends. We're all getting killed down here. Murder that man. So I actually did like that scene. Lana. You and your stupid making friends crap. So this issue ends. Superman disappears into the portal, and also Brainiac disappears. But he rides this little piece of flotsam from the ship that destroys itself, and is pulled into, I guess you could say, the bleed. Ryan, you read this, right?
That's what I would call it.
Okay, the bleed, that section between the multiverse, like basically you have Earth 1, Earth 2, Earth 3, and there's like the space in between them. Mm-hmm. That's the bleed. It's just kind of filler space in between each one of the Earths. So
the fluff.
Yeah, pretty much. Vril Dox.
The fluff just didn't sound so impressive.
No, it didn't. The fluff. Vril Dox finds himself in there, and as he is floating along, it looks like there is another Brainiac there, a much more technological and cold and callous, just Brainiac at its core, no humanity left to him whatsoever, and he is showing him all these shards of what appears to be the pre-New 52 multiverse, if I'm right in this. Am I right in this?
It's possible.
It sure as heck looks like it. We got, like, Kyle's girlfriend stuffed in a refrigerator, and...
No, that is actually... Was that Kyle's girlfriend, or was that
Well, there was OMAC there.
Because there's the OMAC with the Build-A-Friend.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah,
okay,
that's a classic Jack Kirby cover, but I can see how you got there.
Okay, I thought it was like, what's her name, stuffed in the fridge.
No.
A head and two arms sticking out of a box.
No, it was not that graphic, actually. That's the
man, why did OMAC do that? He seemed like such a likable guy. And then there's the old Booster Gold, or I guess not Booster Gold, Blue Beetle. Their time frame, what were they, like Earth 5 or something?
Earth 4. We'll check in with them later.
Okay, fair enough. There's Superman in his red trunks in one of them. Mm-hmm. So obviously pre-New 52 there. It's basically like a, hey guys.
Plastic Man fighting alongside the Freedom Fighters.
Yeah, it's basically like a, hey guys, guess what's still out there? Guess what's still out there?
Everything.
So do you read that
It's all
as
packed away in packing peanuts. That's what it is. It's not fluff. It's packing peanuts.
Also not quite as storytelling if they go into the packing peanut plane. That's really hard to say, too.
Well, I mean, it seems like all this stuff is like things that are in the attic, you know.
It could be.
Side.
Could be.
In packing peanuts.
The bleed does sound better, though.
That reminds me, Gail Simone's Adam. You knew the one guy was evil because his favorite food was circus peanuts, and he was always eating them. They're like, no sane man would eat that many circus peanuts.
No. Those things
That
are
Adam was
disgusting. Those things are the worst thing ever. So gross.
So, what do you think, Brian? Were you excited to see the pre-New 52 at least poke its head in the door?
That wasn't just the multiverse that we haven't seen yet. I don't know. I'm reserving judgment. It was certainly interesting. It was pretty.
Yeah, it was very pretty.
Aaron Cooter drew that page.
Yeah.
It looked nice.
Yeah.
My cooties out there.
Oh, your
Say
cooties. What? Chicken butt?
No, don't say that part.
So anyway, yeah, I was kind of surprised by it. And then I was like, hey, don't get rid of the New 52 because our whole thing is we cover all the books of DC Comics in their New 52 line. And if you go away with it, we don't have a show anymore.
Yeah.
Bad Brainiac. Put you in the corner with Hush.
Yeah.
So moving on, I'm going to cover another set of books here, a weekly book called Batman Eternal, number 24 and number 25.
Is the architect going to be showing up?
Actually, he doesn't.
Oh, really?
There is not.
'Cause I finally read Gates of Gotham.
Yeah, you missed it. He's gone. He's not there anymore.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And let me tell you, I will say this. Normally, number one, it's a good just reading one sitting kind of book.
Yeah.
It has all of our fun, like, sidekicks from the pre-New 52. And
it's Dick Bats.
Yes, Dick Bats, Black Bat, Damian. Oh, Damian. Red Robin before he became Red Robin. And I normally hate the trope of the awesome new villain shows up and destroys some other super tough villain to make himself look cooler. But if the villain he comes and beats up is Hush, I'm totally okay with that.
So instantly you were like, Architect, I like you, man.
Yeah, first I was like, wait a minute, what's he doing here? Do I need to set another one of Sean's books on fire? But then he was immediately dispatched by the Architect. I'm like, oh, Architect, you're all right.
So
No wonder Sean told me to read this one.
I was waiting for you to get to that part though, because I kept asking you for like 2 weeks now, like, hey, did you read it yet? Did you read it yet? Because I wanted to see if you would just get to Hush and be like, no, and put it down. Your absurd hatred of Hush, I don't get it.
See, when you said the architect, I was thinking, oh, okay, well, does Gotham need an architect to work on these buildings because they keep getting, destroyed?
No, they're modular. I told you, they're all Lego buildings now.
Oh,
They
yeah.
just have a little block that they put in. Big warehouse. There's a whole second Gotham City outside of Gotham City.
Oh,
And
yeah, I
they just
forgot
take
about
off
that.
pieces and put it in as they need it. They have a spare Gotham City.
Philip Seymour Hoffman is filming a movie there.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the best. So anyway, Batman Eternal number 24. I just have to get this out of the way.
Yeah.
Spoiler warning. Spoiler warning.
Do I need to cover my ears and go la la la? I don't know if I'm going to be reading this anytime soon. So.
No, just spoilers in
Okay.
this one. And the cover says spoiler warning.
I see. He's still riding that spoiler joke. Eh?
Yep. So she's tracked down her father, Cluemaster. And his, what do you call it? Family gang night?
Family gang night.
Yes, his group family gang night. But
Do we get the Cluemaster code at any point?
I don't think we do. You know what? I didn't read it. I did not read it with the Cluemaster code in
man.
effect. I might have to go back and reread it now. But Cluemaster is meeting with Hush, who has come in to check in with Cluemaster and see how him and his family gang night are doing with their plan. And what they have been tasked with doing is slowly making Gotham City so annoyed that it becomes like this powder keg ready to explode. So the family gang night, take a wild stab. Who is part of this gang with Cluemaster?
Operation Archeesy.
No, and no. It is Signal Master, who is
Signal Master or Signal Man?
Signal Man. I'm
Okay.
sorry. Who is rerouting all of the stoplights in Gotham City to make traffic really, really bad.
Lame.
The Trickster, who is kind of setting up brownouts throughout the city. He's just sitting at a keyboard going,
Are like rogues Trickster?
No, Trickster from Nightwing.
Oh, okay. That
The
Trickster.
guy with the metal mask, the
The guy
really
looks
kind of
very
cool
anime.
looking. Yeah. And Ratcatcher, who is spreading disease with his rats underneath Gotham City.
Oh, guy with the fishbowl with a...
No, this one had more of a gas mask. He didn't have the fishbowl head with the rat.
Huh.
Maybe
Weird.
it broke when Batwing kicked him over and he was like, this is very impractical for running around the sewers. So he just has like a gas mask and a bunch of rat pals. He goes, yes, spread my disease. So that's what they're doing. And Hush goes, good job on making everyone really, really annoyed in Gotham, but your daughter is still out there posting all of our plans on Facebook. You gotta get rid of her. You gotta kill her. You have 24 hours. You kill her or I'm killing you. That's just how it is. And he goes, Hush out.
Facebook is still a thing this far in the future?
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
past.
We're in the past. Remember,
Oh,
we're in
okay.
throwback
Years
time
ago.
right now. This is back in 2014.
Okay, because I was thinking
Back in the long ago.
I thought
Yeah.
we were in a 2019.
No,
with
we
this.
haven't gotten to 2019 yet. So we'll get
Okay.
there soon. As soon as they leave, Spoiler has been up in the rafters the entire time recording the conversation and jumps down looking for clues. Which is a good place to look at Clue Master's hideout.
Yeah.
But, before she could figure out anything or get anything, Clue Master actually knew she was there the whole time and steps out and goes, Mwaha! Last chance, little lady. Join up with me or I have to murder you. You were there. You saw it. You're gonna get killed if you keep playing this game. And she goes, no way, and jumps on a motorcycle and drives off. Vroom, 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 vroom. And they have a Too Fast, Too Furious motorcycle chase through the freeways of Gotham City. Vroom, 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 vroom,
Do they
vroom.
Tokyo drift at any point?
No. But Clue Master throws bombs at her bike, and one of them actually hooks onto it as he pulls up next to her, and she ends up, it's kind of juxtaposed against their childhood where she was always super daring, and her dad got sick of taking her to the hospital because she kept trying to jump ramps or do stupid things when she was a kid. But she ends up hitting like the median divide thing and using it as a ramp to launch herself onto the overpass. And as her dad is there and he's like, oh, I'm gonna get you now, and the cops show up and go to arrest him, and he's like, excuse me, I own Gotham City, I'm working with Hush, you can't arrest me. And they go, yeah, you just left Gotham City like a half a mile back. She just took you out. We're county police, so you're gonna come downtown with or out to the county jail with us. And he's basically being let off as he's like, Stephanie, I'll get you. And that's where it ends. With Stephanie Brown like, yeah, I'm the best.
No, it's a shame that Ratcatcher still doesn't have the bubble dome head because that's very pop-o-matic.
Pop-o-matic. I knew you were going there. I knew it. So it was a cute little thing of basically her first mission out. Not the best, not the worst. I still enjoyed it.
That's
the character's kind of weird.
Fun little twist to it at the end.
Yeah, I like the ending to it a lot. So let's move on. Batman Eternal number 25. Commissioner Bard is still trying to get martial law. The mayor won't declare it. He's like, no, it's not that bad. It's just an earthquake and a bunch of gangs running rampant and traffic's kind of bad and there seems to be a lot of disease popping up all over the place. And yeah, there's the brownouts as well, but I'm sure my election campaign will go fine as long as we get that all patched up. So, Commissioner Bard, who of course is working for Hush, as we all know now, finally goes, okay, fine. If I can't get you to do it just normally, I'm going to go back to my girlfriend, Vicky Vale. Oh wow, I'm surprised. I expected you to go Vicky Vale.
No.
And he is making her run
As
stories.
he stopped for it, I refused to do it.
Fair enough. He's making her run stories in the paper saying that, oh my god, this whole city's falling apart and the mayor won't do anything about it, which is ratcheting up tension even more and more and more. So we'll come back to those guys. Meanwhile, Julia Pennyworth, the daughter of Alfred, is now working the Batcave for Batman, and she keeps making comments about how his super happy clubhouse has a dinosaur in it and how maybe he is an 8-year-old. Are you actually 8, Bruce Wayne? Are you actually 8 years old? You have a dinosaur and a giant penny in your super secret hideout. It's kind of lame, dude.
Well, why wouldn't he?
Exactly. I would too. I would have actually a giant penny and a dinosaur in my front yard if I had the... So anyway, she ends up hacking the cameras to the prison to show Batman who broke out the architect, who just caused that big earthquake. And it turns out it was Commissioner Bard, as we saw earlier. Batman's like, ooh, I knew that guy was up to no good. I'm going to go talk to him right now. While that's going on, Harper Row and Red Robin have come back to Gotham City after the whole big quake. And they basically have meet cute flirt time as they're beating up thugs and haha, we're so awesome. And dude, Red Robin finally gets his comeuppance. Because she ends up like judo flipping him. And she's all like, yeah, I'm better than you at everything. You've been just a stupid little kid for this last like 6 issues. And then he ties her up and puts her up against the wall. And he's all like, yeah, but I'm still Robin. Got you. So he actually wins one for once.
Hey.
And they actually get word that what happened to Alfred. So Tim
And then a
goes
plane
running off.
immediately falls on him.
No. Tim goes running off to the hospital to meet Alfred, who's in the hospital with the fear toxin that was injected into his brain by Hush. And he actually runs across Jason Todd there, who has also come to visit Alfred. And the two of them have probably one of the best brother-like scenes where they're just kind of going back and forth, squabbling with one another. And Jason's like, hey, I went to your bird nest. Is that what you call it? Dude, that's so freaking lame. But I saw you hanging out with that blue-haired girl. Pretty hot, man. Nicely done. Nicely done. And then Tim's giving him flack because he doesn't want to go talk to Barbara, to Batgirl, because he seems to have a thing for Batgirl right now, which I'm sure once Dick Grayson ends up coming back, will be like, dude, I was gone for like a year. Come on, man. I'm sure that won't come back to haunt them at all down the line. So the two of them are basically having a nice little conversation, and Tim's going, hey, we probably shouldn't be having this kind of talk in front of the panicked, comatose Alfred corpse sitting on this bed here in the hospital. And Jason actually comes back and says, are you kidding? Alfred would kill for us to be having these types of conversations on a daily basis. Just the two of us talking about girls and talking about stuff like that. That's exactly what he would want us to be doing right now. And it was a nice little scene. I liked it a lot. It's the Jason I like. It's not Serrated Knives guy.
Yeah.
That you were so like, about when we first started this.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't believe he was actually a nice guy now.
Yeah.
And he is. It's a nice balance. I like it. So, moving on. Batman shows up at Commissioner Bard's house. And he's like, Commissioner Bard! And instead of finding Commissioner Bard, he finds a hologram of Hush, who's all basically just standing there taunting him the entire time. Hey, Brucey, Bruce. I'm gonna get you. I got you again. You didn't even know it was me until my plan is almost done.
I knew it was Hush.
Yeah, you knew it was Hush.
Mm-hmm.
So...
showing up using other people's gimmicks. Fear toxin. That's our Hush.
Yep.
Nothing original about him.
He's got
Hush. Mm-hmm.
He's got bandages
Yeah,
on his
he
head.
looks like he's wearing the Negative Man's costume. Good for him.
But he's got teeth, too. I never understood how that worked, really. Because he's got the bandage face, but those teeth really stick out from those bandages.
I don't know.
We want to see a dentist or something. So, Bruce shows up and he's basically taunted by this hologram of Hush the entire time until finally, boop, he detonates the apartment and it's like, oh no, Batman's screwed. Oh goodness. And the mayor, meanwhile, sees that Commissioner Bard's house just got blown up and goes, oh no, they're attacking everyone. And they must have killed Commissioner Bard. And Commissioner Bard comes running through the door. He's like, no, I just barely made it out, but they're targeting all of us officials. And you're next, Mayor. We have to declare martial law. And finally he goes, okay, well, yeah, we can declare martial law if I'm going to be attacked. And ta-da, he got his wish.
Mayor Haiti.
Mayor Haiti declares martial law at the drop of a hat.
Mayor Haiti would certainly wait at least a couple hours.
Meanwhile, Batman climbs out of the rubble, calling up Julia, saying, send the car, I am not in good shape. And he moves one of the stones out of the way to crawl out, and he actually finds Batgirl, Red Hood, and Red Robin standing there going, no, you're done doing this alone. It's time for all of us to hook up once more and get this crap done and dealt with. No more Hush. No more Hush. No more Hush.
No more Hush.
They're picketing outside right now.
So, like, they listened to Brian.
Yeah, yeah. Brian was actually there with a picket sign going, no more Hush. Dude, we still have like 50 issues of this to go.
Good God.
50
Really?
issues? I don't know, like 30, 40 maybe?
Oh man, that's still a lot.
That's a lot of Hush you gotta make your way through still.
Ugh.
I like it. I really enjoy this book a lot.
I only don't like it because I had to hear Brian whine about it.
I don't like Hush.
No, not like that. Just, you know.
I like Green Arrow now. I gotta find someone to direct all my hate at.
Well, luckily, ask and ye shall receive. So, Hush it is. But that's it. That's Batman Eternal. So let's leave the past behind, Brian.
Come to the present.
Yeah. The
Things are a
present's
little
end.
calmer. Yes,
The present's end.
Yes. So, the new 52, Futures End number 20. We start off Former Red Robin Tim Drake, who as we all know has been living under the name Hiram Wombersley,
No.
goes to break into the fast lane and find out what Lois knows about him before he becomes her next headline, because she just revealed to the world, oh yeah, Mass Superman's actually Shazam.
What up, what up, what up?
Yep, forget secret identities, who cares? I've got a story to tell.
See, this is why New 52 Superman never hooked up with Lois Lane. Because it would have been done with right off the bat.
Yep.
She would have been like, oh, wow, you're Clark Kent. I love you. Let me write this real quick. And send. Okay.
I've got x-ray vision. I can see you typing behind your back.
No, I'm
It's
not.
impressive that you can do that, but he explains about faking his death, and Lois Lane gives him the mystery box. Red Arrow sent it, so she would find him and go looking for the island. 35 years from now, follow along.
I'm with you. Okay, so now we're in 2054?
Something like that.
Okay.
Brother Eye is showing his terrified father, Mr. Terrific, what he's doing to his other father, Batman.
So this is like My Two Dads.
It's like My Two
Future
Dads,
Edition?
yes. Paul
Awesome.
Reiser should have been Batman.
It would have been really awkward if he was Mr. Terrific, though.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's doing the... And so he has learned that Batman 35 years from now has sent Terry McGinnis back in time. So he extracted the time machine info out of his brain, and Brother Eye is going to go back in time to stop him.
Gotta go back in time.
Yep. And Mr. Terrific kind
Don't
of...
take money. Don't take... No. Back to the Future. Nothing.
I know. I'm just
Back
trying to
the
continue
Future's
along.
ad.
We've got a lot of stuff to cover, man. So, Mr. Terrific, he's a little freaked out. He's kind of held captive by his creation, who's still treating him like a father and being nice to him, but he's kind of a prisoner, basically. Does not like how things worked out for him at all. He
not
made
at
some
all.
poor choices.
Yes.
So we go back to the present time of 2019. 50 Sue and company are on Cadmus Island, teaming up with King Faraday to try to figure out how to get out of there without upsetting Brother Eye.
I love that meeting scene.
Yes,
I'm
where
sorry.
she's got the robot she took out of...
What does she call it?
God, I cannot
She gives
remember.
it a name, and it's her little pet now.
Yeah.
The little cyborg freaking Brother Eye implant that was inside
Yeah.
Grifter.
like, don't you like your little fluffy friend? Grifter
Keeps waving at his face.
taunting Grifter. Yeah.
I love the fact that Grifter, from the character that I assumed he always was, and even in his own book at the beginning, it was like I'm the gruff military guy with the snark and everything, and I'll tell some jokes, but most of all, I'm just like, I kill things, I get stuff done. And now he is
I'm Punisher
really,
and Wolverine all in one.
and now he is literally just the sad sack comic relief of this little girl for the entire run of this book so far.
It's been amazing. It's been amazing. So there's only one place they can go on the island to be safe: 50 Sue's super secret sidekick bunker and honeycomb hideout. 50 Sue.
You like her now?
Oh, yeah.
Are you all in with her?
I've been all in with her for a while.
Okay.
Really. She's
the
been the
name
best part.
really still makes our eyes roll a lot, though.
Yes, but we've got some credence to one of our theories later on. So, Mr. Terrific, in 2019, has Coil and Key, who legally changed his name to Key, which I just thought was a nice little touch.
Yes.
He has them captive. He caught them trying to steal a U-Sphere. And they divulge that the person that hired them is Bruce Wayne.
Yes.
And meanwhile...
Kelly, you're not as shocked about this.
And meanwhile, Hiram Wombersley then admits to his girlfriend, Madison Payne, that he really is Red Robin, and she gets mad at him for lying about who he is, just like her father did. And we get... Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, so actually it was more of a dun, 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 as Red Robin just slowly puts his head down and Charlie Brown walks out of her apartment. Moving on to Future's End number 21. This is the big one.
Okay.
Brought in Cully Hamner, who doesn't draw much anymore, to do the issue. Looked fantastic. Designed most of the new 52 costumes that
Gotcha.
Jim Lee didn't do. He illustrated Red. He did the first few issues of the Jaime Reyes Blue Beetle.
So
Looks
I'm going to
fantastic.
say you're a fan.
I enjoy him.
Okay.
I enjoy him quite a bit.
I wouldn't have guessed.
It's our Green Arrow exposition issue.
Yeah!
We're on Green Arrow Island. Green Arrow with his amazing, crazy hermit beard. are explaining to Big Barda what's going on. He informs her of how Mr. Terrific found a multiversal beacon and led the Earth 2 heroes on evacuation ships that had crossed over the bleed to Earth Prime to evade Darkseid's forces.
Okay.
The big final Earth 2 war that's maybe getting a weekly series soon.
I would assume so.
Yes.
I mean, it happened.
It happened already. Yeah, we remember that thing that happened in the past.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jeez, man, give it the time.
Yeah.
Literally.
But Darkseid's forces followed. So in a heroic fashion, Mr. Miracle and the other heroes on his ship sacrificed themselves with a big explosion so the others could make it to our Earth Prime.
Michael Bay style.
No!
Explosions!
Explosions! They landed on Earth, and the giant Earth Prime Earth 2 versus Apocalypse war breaks out. A bunch of people die, except for that faker Hiram Wombersley.
Why don't you just say Red Robin, man? Just say Red Robin.
Afterward,
Yum.
the Global Peace Agency is formed to help integrate the Earth 2 refugees, and they institute the Earth card system and basically force them all to be second-class citizens.
Which I can understand. Again, before, when we first started covering this book, and I was saying about the whole multiverse terrifying me, and if there was another me walking around. Although I would like to think, in this similar situation, it would be, I would find my other self, and it would be more of a multiplicity type thing, where we would just like take turns on who got to stay home and play video games while the other one went to work and stuff. Yeah. Now, I'm sure that'd be like the Earth 52 Sean would be like the derpy one from Multiplicity. I made it over here, guys. And we're like, oh, it's Earth 52 Sean.
Man,
that was
I
a
could
great
really
movie.
use a couple of me. That'd be fantastic. I'd get so much done if I had multiples of me.
Yep. So, Ollie and Red Arrow, the Red Arrow of Earth 2. So it's Arsenal, but it's the Earth 2 Arsenal.
Okay.
It appears to be. They knew that the GPA was garbage from the start, and they started investigating and got attacked by Deathstroke, so they knew they were onto something, because Deathstroke doesn't just, well, he does kind of just show up wherever.
Yeah, it's shown up a lot recently, just wherever.
But they figured it's probably connected to this other thing we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's a safe bet, at least.
So they later found out that Maxwell Payne, Madison Payne's father, had compromised Earth defense codes days before the big breach. They also found out that at the last second before their ship exploded, the Brother Eye satellite teleported the Earth 2 heroes inside of him, inside of the Brother Eye satellite.
Ew.
They freaked out. It's just a big hollow satellite.
They're inside of me.
That's weird.
So they freaked out naturally as you get teleported into a
That's
strange
fine.
place.
I can understand
They freaked
that.
out and damaged Brother Eye. May have been their fault.
I do like how their first reaction is, oh, Jesus, swing our stuff at it.
Aquaman, get your mace machete and just start beating the crap out of stuff now.
Why do you have a mace and machete taped together? How is that helpful in any way?
How is it not helpful? That's the real question.
So a Cadmus shuttle docks into the Eye, which leads to another one of my favorite scenes of ocular distress. I don't care if it's a gigantic fake robot eye. It takes them to Cadmus Island. Ollie's stealth drones were able to discover what was happening on the island, and Cadmus finally had their own superheroes to dissect and experiment on that no one would miss or look for.
Yeah, good plan. Good plan.
So,
And apparently put little octopus robots in their shoulders.
Yes,
just
yes.
because.
So, Ollie's just like, okay, Barda, here's my outsiders. We're going to storm their island. Ignore the guy with X's over his eyes. He's not dead. That's just kind of his thing,
He
but
looked very mirthful in that
Yes, he did.
shot where it was all of them standing behind him, and it was just like me, just like, "Hey guys, remember me? Anyone need their death faked? I'm here for it.
Yep.
I do bar mitzvahs and fake deaths. That's it.
Yep. So I'm going to expose Cadmus publicly thanks to that nosy tattletale Lois Lane, and we're going to storm their island. Are you in? And Barda's all like, yes, I'm Big Barda. I'm awesome. Of course I'm going to do the thing that makes me look most badass. That's what she does.
Which would have
Oh, yes,
been
I'm
a
sorry.
much
Breathe. Dun, 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 dun.
It would have been a much easier plan if Green Arrow would just told Lois Lane that Cadmus was actually Superman.
Yeah.
And she would have just found him and found Cadmus and been like, oh, here, another story. Awesome. I got both of them now.
Yep. So it's a big issue. if you want to dip your toe in the water and see if this is for you, this is the one you can pick up and kind of get caught up.
Yeah, it seems like 21 was kind of the midway point. I don't know if it actually is the midway point, but it seemed like it was here's your catch up. So if you're joining in from this point, you get to see pretty much all of the characters, I think.
Yeah.
At least for a page or so.
There's a few that we've left Constantine and Zack
Superman,
Snyder Superman and the weird Wildstorm characters that were hanging out with Judah Friedlander.
Yeah, and Batman Beyond. Those are the only ones that didn't make an appearance.
We haven't seen them for like a month or two now.
Yeah, well, whatever. They'll be back.
Yeah.
I'm sure they will.
I'm not missing them too much anyway.
Man! Not even Judith
we
Freelander?
didn't learn anything about them.
Not even Judith Freelander?
Oh,
he has hats! He has hats!
I know he has hats with clever sayings on them and outrageous glasses.
Yeah! So the next book, you can just pick what you want because I messed it all up.
I'm hopping around, so give me just a second. Okay, we're going to do Superman Presence End. So, kind of ties in very nicely with the Futures End stuff anyway. Lois Lane is still pestering poor Billy Batson about why he's masked Superman. She's got her story. She's already exposed him. She still keeps going over to his apartment.
Yeah, but she can get the follow-up now.
Billy Batson. Hey, want to do an interview? It's like, no, you just ruined my whole thing. Man, no wonder Superman's not dating you. Ease him, jeez him. So,
she's kind of needy.
Yeah, golly, yeah, that would be what he would say. So we get the story of how Superman saved him from Black Adam during the big old war. And that's why Black Adam was in the Phantom Zone. I don't think I ever mentioned it, but I know it's like, of course it was Shazam. That's why he put Black Adam in the Phantom Zone.
Oh yeah,
It was actually Superman, but you know.
Yep.
Superman sent him off to the Phantom Zone.
On his way to do something else
with that Phantom Zone projector.
Yeah, to end the war, and that's maybe what he's trying to atone for.
Yeah. So Superman. After he was saved from Black Adam, Superman went off to leave to do the big important thing that won the war. So the League decided to make him the new Superman. Meanwhile...
But here, put this helmet on.
Yeah, put this helmet on. Yeah. You're kind of similar, but not that similar.
No. Not gonna work.
Nope. So...
Tone down the lightning motif.
Mm-hmm. So meanwhile, Iback, the, Shazam villain, because he knows Shazam is in Metropolis now, he's like, I'm going to hunt down Shazam / Masked Superman and take care of him for myself, my own nefarious purposes. So he shows up. Masked Superman pretty much makes Iback bend like so many iPhone 6s before him.
Man, that's reaching back in time for that joke there, Brian.
Yes, I am. And so he decides, after beating Iback, that since Lois Lane is just going to keep pestering him anyway, he returns to the Shazam identity. He's going to be himself. He's
he
may
be
as
his well.
Own man.
I understand what they were going for with that as far as the whole... Because it was Lois Lane telling him the entire time, hey, sometimes you just have to be yourself. Don't sacrifice yourself just for the symbol. I mean, you were a symbol yourself as Shazam, so why don't you just do Shazam-y things as well? And then eventually people learn to trust Shazam and not Superman. Because
that's starring I Can Do Shazam All By Myself. Tyler Perry's I Can Do Shazam.
I was going to say.
I Can Do Shazam All By Myself.
So yeah, I thought it was decent. I liked what it was saying, but it was still kind of a...
It was nice. I mean, it patched up a few little things that we probably won't be able to get to in Future's End. And
no, I think that'll probably be covered in the World's End stuff.
Gotcha.
Because remember, Future's End is all kind of linked in with the World's End because that's the whole Dark Side Earth 2 war thing. So we're kind of getting the third chapter before the second chapter, and we're going to get the third and second chapter before the first chapters.
Yep. And we get some really nice art by Lee Weeks. So
yeah. It was amusing. Really, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. So, and as I said, it is a good jump on issue number 21, or as you said.
Yeah.
I mean, so if you are interested, it is a good point to jump in with the 21st, and you can use Superman to kind of fill in some of those backstory things as to why things are so off. I think it works fairly well in that arena. Were you going to do the other book as well, or did you want to just save that?
I could just get that out of the way. Yeah, so Batman, Superman, Future's End. Superman and Batman had a big falling out because of what Batman had Superman do to stop the war. And Superman went to go farm and be a Jesus allegory that misses the point entirely.
No, he was playing Farmville.
Playing Farmville,
Superman
I know.
Farmville.
I know. So Batman has to be Superman now. So even with his broken bat, he goes and gets a gigantic robo-mech suit from Toymaster to combat a gigantic Jaeger Metallo. And
What's his Jaeger name?
oh man,
I'm gonna say Honeydew.
Upsilon Watusi.
Oh, there you go. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I was gonna go with Honeydew, but something or other. It's gonna be funny.
Yeah.
But I guess yours works. Continue.
No, that was it. He goes and he fights the giant Metallo and beats it and breaks his back for good.
Oh.
So Future's End Batman is just sort of like sitting there in a wheelchair now. He's like, Clark, coming back anytime soon? Clark.
Farmville will be there tomorrow, dude.
Yeah.
Come on. No, I don't understand Future's End Batman.
No.
Is he spry guy running around with what's his name?
Riddler?
The Riddler? Or
is he-
even later on, he's running around with other people as well? Is he broken, cloning himself guy? Which one is he?
I don't know.
Or did the cloning already happen and there's just a ton of him out there, all in various states of disrepair?
Would explain a lot.
It would explain
all those titles.
Yep, exactly. So, anyway, that'll wrap up the first half. Kelly, you're still in for round 2, right?
Yeah.
I think we finally chased off Beth. She's been like dancing in the background the entire time and making silly faces, and I think she got bored. So
Yes.
one of those nights. So, Brian, second half, our lightning round. What do you have coming up?
I've got Booster Gold. Had his own Future's End one shot. Justice League, Wonder Woman, Superman Wonder Woman, Red Lanterns, Supergirl, Catwoman, Teen Titans, and Flash.
And
How many flipping books are there?
Well, then I'm also going to wrap it up with Aquaman and the others, Justice League Dark, Green Lantern New Guardians, Sinestro, Pandora, Batman and Robin, Batwoman, Harley Quinn, Red Hood and the Outlaws, and finally G.I. Zombie.
Nobody told me we're doing all 52 books.
So hold on a couple seconds. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will go through those books.
And we're back!
We have returned. Because I can't say, and we're back.
Yeah. You're not allowed to. Established that 2 weeks ago. Or actually several years ago? Whatever.
I don't know.
We're still running with this anyway. So, Future's End Booster Gold one shot.
Were you happy to see your friend again?
I was happy to see Booster
You're
Gold
like,
again.
hey, buddy, how's it been?
Yeah. It's kind of a Booster Gold issue.
It's so much Booster Gold, it can't even contain
Yes.
all the Booster Goldiness.
Yes. So, a random multiversal Booster Gold who worked for Argus starts falling through the multiverse. He winds up on, like, the Gotham by Gaslight world. Earth 4, where all these Charlton heroes lived, including the original Blue Beetle, who was his best friend, who shows up as soon as he teleports away. It's like, hey, guys, what was just going on?
Did I miss anything?
Yeah, waka waka.
So close.
Yes. The planet with Commandy that's run by animal people. And eventually he winds up back on his home universe, where, multiverse? Where he meets up with his sister, who is also like a gold-themed superhero.
She's been around before then?
She showed up in the old pre-52 Booster Gold
Gotcha,
series,
gotcha,
and
gotcha.
I guess prior to that as well.
Okay.
Then he suddenly gets pulled by Brother I to... Did you read this?
Yeah.
Was that the end of the Justice League International book?
It was. That was
Okay.
the annual that wrapped up Justice League International. That
When
was
he's-
literally the last we had seen of Booster Gold. Bastard
Yeah, at least in the present time, they like had beat up Jaime Reyes and stuff.
Yes.
So like time gets stopped, and OMAC is interrogating our Booster, and he threatens to kill the other Booster's sister. So our Booster gives up the location of Vanishing Point, the place where Booster Gold and his son, that's actually older than him, hide from time to do all of their time cop work.
Is his son that's older than him Jean-Claude Van Damme? Please tell me yes.
His name is Rip Hunter, but he may as well be.
Okay. As long as it is
He
actual
does do
time
this. He
cop.
does do the splits onto some cabinets in the
Yes.
kitchen all the time. That's just he's just sitting there making pancakes. He's doing the splits like, son/dad, why are you doing this?
I must make the pancakes. It is time, cop. I go back in time. I make pancakes.
A little light on the story, but
Okay.
I guess it's wrapping up something if you want some Justice League International closure.
Yes, you can actually figure out what happened at that time.
And it's kind of opening up the whole multiversity concept in with Future's End.
Yeah.
Which is something kind of interesting.
More people that want to delete our show.
Yeah, so I'm a little worried just because of how some of these things have turned out in the past, but it is Booster Gold creator and Future's End helmsman Dan Jurgens. No one has ever confirmed that for me or not. So we will see. I am cautiously optimistic. Plus, I would just like to see Booster Gold show up again. And I know Grant Morrison does enjoy using him, so we'll see if he pops up in Multiversity at all.
I would not be surprised whatsoever.
Yeah,
because
he was involved in the whole Batman traveling back through time thing.
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah,
he was. And he went back in time and met Jonah Hex, and then brought Jonah Hex through time.
Yes.
So he's a man at a time.
Those were good times.
Yep.
Good times.
We miss you, buddy.
Oh yeah. So Justice League Future's End, continuing the story from Justice League United, where Equinox teams up with the Justice League and they fight the near omnipotent Captain Atom on Mars. And all seems lost until Equinox pulls off some mind whammy that takes Captain Atom to his happy place. So he's comatose.
Well, it's not. She's not the one that does it. It was Martian Manhunter disguised as her.
Okay, yeah.
So then he comes in and goes, "Happy place, happy place."
So
happy.
Make the pot. Make the pot.
Kill the Prime Minister of Micronesia.
Wait, what?
Malaysia. So they win, and Martian Manhunter stays to put his super fun, happy gulag on Mars back together.
Although that was probably the most compassionate Martian Manhunter we've seen so far. Since he felt bad, he was protecting them and giving them something to live for, to not be evil, and was kind of like, he felt responsible for all of the people.
Yeah.
So I liked that, but then I realized, so as the headmaster of a gulag, that is the most compassionate we have seen Martian Manhunter. I went,
Yes. Makes you wonder. Is he organizing a talent show for next week and Captain Atom just threw a wrench in the works?
Yes, he's ruined everything.
Now we're doing cabaret!
So moving on. Aquaman and the others. We're continuing just as you continued off of Justice League United. This one came off of Aquaman's Future's End. And of course it was the post-Darkseid War. The seas got trashed. Aquaman's kind of lost control of his people. All the people in Atlantis are kind of anti-Aquaman, being led by Mera. And they went and resurrected the Ice King, who was brought along Gunter and Ginter.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't remember any of it.
Stole a bunch of princesses.
Yeah, stole a bunch of princesses and penguins and everything like that.
Isopede!
And has led his army to attack Surface Atlantis, which was the surface city that Aquaman wanted to build so that Atlantis would have a link to the surface world.
They could join the UN.
Yeah, so they could feel bad about them and be like, hey, look, everything's so bad for us fish people. Sure be awesome if we had some help over here. So they end up getting into a big fight, and in the scuffle, the operative is killed.
Oh.
Yep, the operative is shot.
I was gonna make a joke about the flyover, Atlanteans being mad that, Aquaman's asking for handouts from the rest of the world. We pay for our crab juice that runs our crab.
Are you going that blunt again as we get back to the swim-over states?
The swim-over states, yes, that's what we call it.
States. So, operative gets stabbed by the trident of the Ice King. I'm dying! And he ends up yelling out for his grandson. Do you remember Aaron? The one that's been hanging out with him.
Who's his grandson / nobody really knew what he was.
Exactly. It's kind of like this whole big weird thing. And he goes, here, take my artifact. It'll show you what you need to do. And he takes it. And then he goes, oh, I'm supposed to put on all the artifacts. So he's like, okay, Vostok, let me get your helmet and let me get your manacles over here. And I'm going to tie this little globe of teleportation on here. And then finally he goes, haha, now I am the other. Where there once was the others, there is now the other.
Okay.
And he goes and lops off the Ice King's head. He's like, okay, that was pretty easy. So, let's stop with all the fighting, everyone. Peace and good times for all. Let's do this. Woo! And that's how it ends.
Okay.
So he just, won, Miss America by making world peace.
He did. At least with the fish people.
That's all he wanted was world
of
peace.
the octopus people.
Okay.
Gremlins 2. It's still one of my favorite movies. So anyway, moving on as we continue our lightning round. Justice League Dark. This one should be pretty quick. We got a new team of Justice League Darkians. It's Zatanna. Actually, a very bitter, dark, scarred-faced Zatanna who's just kind of mean. Etrigan has joined Justice League Dark, the demon. Cassandra Kraft is kind of the navigator of the House of Mystery. She's flying it around, and I'll get to why here in a second. Nightmare Nurse and Black Orchid. And it looks like Etrigan and Zatanna are an item, as well as Black Orchid and Nightmare Nurse. So they are now dating, all of them. Yay, team! Woo! So they have been trapped out.
Wait, all four of them are dating?
No,
Okay.
just in those separate pairs right there.
Okay, because how you just said that, it sounded like all four of them were dating.
It's the Justice League Dark team. They don't play by any rules. They can do whatever they want.
Okay.
But they've been cast off into what is essentially limbo. They call it the Nameless, and they're just kind of floating around in their
It's the fluff.
spaceship house. Just kind of like, we gotta find a way out of this fluff. It's gotta be a portal somewhere. And that's when they run across this old, 1920s style magician who's just floating out there, and they bring him aboard, and they go, poke, 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 and he comes back to life, and he's like, hey guys, how's it going? I got trapped out here as well back in the 20s, and I think if we work together, we can get out of here. And they go, okay, and they work together. No one trusts him, except for Zatanna, because she just feels like it's the only chance they got. And he finally leads them off to this giant floating skull head that has its mouth open, and inside the mouth is a portal. And as they're getting closer, she goes, wait a minute, that giant floating skull thing is actually alive and is going to eat us, and tries to sacrifice herself, teleports everyone else away, and they all come back and save her. And they end up killing the guy that was the old 20s magician, and then they bring him back to life and bring him back on board. And they go searching for a new place, and they go, hey, so what are we gonna do with 20s guy? And he goes, hey, I was under control from the giant demon thing that was trying to eat you. Now I'm all good. My head's clear. And Zatanna goes, not good enough. Etrigan rips his head off. Etrigan rips his head off, and they go, let's continue our adventures. Put, 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 put through space. Put, 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 put through space. And that's it. That's Justice League Dark. It kept the dark. A lot of dark. Not as much justice. The League-y thing was kind of there, but minimal justice, a lot of dark, a little bit of League.
Okay.
So moving on.
So Little League Dark?
Little League Dark with no justice. Justice on the side.
That's why I said Little League Dark.
Okay.
So do them in the right order because I put them in the wrong order, Brian.
Okay, so I've got Wonder Woman, Future's End. In the present time, Wonder Woman, as we all know, is in full-on God of War mode, riding on the back of Cyclopses and whatnot.
I used to love those games.
Mm-hmm. Fighting against a galaxy demon army headed up by Nemesis.
Wait, is this the same Nemesis that Kyle Rayner had to deal with? Okay, I'm sorry.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Because this seemed
everyone
like
everyone she's fighting kind of looks like the Nebula Man, but it's not. It's Nemesis.
It's Donna Troy?
Oh, maybe. Possibly.
Because it seemed like it was a Greek pantheon person.
Possible.
Oh, I just put that together. Maybe it is.
Maybe.
Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, so she fights
I'm just
through
talking randomly.
She fights through them. The world seems nothing like the one we've seen so far. When suddenly a Galaxy Nebula Superman shows up.
Oh, well, hey, Galaxy Nebula Superman, are you Donna Troy?
I don't know. So we move on to Superman Wonder Woman. And it turns out they were in Tartarus the whole time. That's what happens.
I love Tartarus on my fish sandwich.
That is what that's what happens when you just close Tartarus up with it.
Oh, that's right. She tied it up with that string.
That's what happens when you just tie it up with a piece of rope, Wonder Woman. You accidentally stumble into it and you go into a hellish nether dimension.
Well, clearly this isn't dangerous. Who would lock the door to hell with a piece of rope?
Yeah. Superman was just sent in there to save her. But it's not farming Zack Snyder Superman. It's a different Superman from 4 years ago. And he's going to have a word with Zack Snyder Superman about abandoning people as he slowly arches his eyebrow and looks at the reader.
So wait, this is past present day Superman brought to the future.
It's past that old-timey year of 2014,
Okay.
but before 2019, somewhere in between.
He just took a quick hop to 2019 randomly?
Yeah,
or-
to go save Wonder Woman.
Okay, fair
because
enough.
he loves her.
He loves her.
Yep. So they come out. Nemesis is about to take Olympus. Actual sun god Apollo now looks like Wildstorm Stormwatch Apollo for some reason. And it's never quite...
Maybe he took the job.
Maybe.
They downsized. We have too many Apollos. We need...
Yeah. And so,
I'm the actual god. Yeah, you're not going to get the job. We're going to give it to this other guy with the crazy hair.
Yeah. And so after Nemesis sort of becomes a god of war, Wonder Woman goes out and takes the mantle of the dead god of peace and gets a nice white shiny costume. And we just assume that after she puts on this costume, that everything goes along peachy keen.
Well, she adopts the Batman hug it out method.
Yes.
Of course. Hug it out. So, you seem to be a little less happy about this one.
Not the strongest of issues.
No, it was... I liked the...
There were parts that were
the
nice.
fact that the God of War Wonder Woman has an entourage of a Viking, a 1920s doughboy, and just random warriors from throughout time that are all interacting with one another.
Yeah.
That is a supporting cast I could get behind 100%.
Yeah.
100% if that's who she's palling around with. Everything else, are you Donna Troy? I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows?
Just Donna Troy's everywhere.
Including the general. It's like, oh, what Superman's doing right now doesn't match up with my story. I'm just gonna write it this way anyway. We'll no prize it later. It is easily the least congruous of all of the Futures End books.
Yeah, I think I would probably
far.
award it that as well.
Yeah.
So,
which is odd because all the other ones he did were so good.
well, let's go for a runner-up maybe.
Okay.
Because I have Green Lantern New Guardians.
New Guardians.
New Guardians. Did you read this one?
I think I did.
This one was 2 weeks ago, so I can understand. It's the After the
No,
Dark Side
I read
War.
it, but I'm not quite sure I read it.
Okay. It's after the Dark Side War. There's all this pain, death, suffering everywhere. And Kyle has the life equation inside him from when he went into the Source Wall. And he also...
He just ate a math book, and that's
He did.
it.
He's got the life equation. It's actually the equation for the formula of life cereal. You wouldn't think it would do much, but it actually could control the universe, apparently.
At least
Kids
Mikey.
see exactly why. Anyway, he's got the white ring and the life equation, and he's trying to stop all the suffering by going from planet to planet and just going Shazam-a-boof. Whatever. I guess not Shazam because he needs something else, but he turns them all into basically part of the collective. He assimilates the entire population of a planet, makes them all happy, friendly, willing to work together, no more war, strife, pain, suffering. And he goes from planet to planet to planet to planet doing this. In this particular case, we're following one lady by the name of Saysoren, I'm going to say is her name, this alien girl that basically is rejecting his attempts to assimilate her. And she ends up fighting her way across the galaxy to Kyle Rayner's house and then going, "Hey, Kyle Rayner, why are you making everyone all assimilated like?" And he goes, "Because there's so much suffering. That's why I show everyone there's so much suffering. If we all don't work together, it's going to continue. And that's why everyone joins me." And she goes, "Well, I'm not going to join you." And he goes, "Well, someone has to do something." And she tells him, "Well, you don't get to decide. Stabby, stab, stab, stab with this spear thing I got." And finally, Kyle Rayner goes, "Yep, you're the one I was looking for. I was looking for someone that could actually judge me and what I've been doing because I've been so far removed from this whole thing. I don't know if I'm doing right or wrong anymore. I got all this crazy god powers now. I think I may have overstepped a bound, but I'm about to get absorbed back into the source. So here's my white ring, say Soren. You go out there, judge my works, ye mighty, and despair or not. I don't care. Just, you go out there and figure out if what I've done is right or wrong, and you make the call." And that's how it ends. It was a neat little philosophical book. I liked what it was talking about. I don't like the fact that Kyle Rayner becomes full on totalitarian god mode. I guess I could see it happening. Kyle's kind of not my favorite Lantern, just to be honest with you right now. He seems kind of bland.
New 52, Kyle has not been the Kyle that, I grew up with.
I mean, I've been enjoying the banter with him and Carol.
Yeah, like that's fun, but when we start getting into a God mode, Kyle, not quite the same.
Yeah,
which I guess is kind of the point of the story, but
yeah, I guess maybe that's what it is. It's supposed to be like, maybe it's his human nature is what makes him a likable guy with his snark and everything, but I don't know. I think he could get rid of this life equation thing. If only there was some sort of crossover that dealt with someone coming to take it back.
I know.
If only. So moving on.
What is kind of funny though is my son has been digging up all my back issues. He's been specifically finding my Justice League of Americas, my JLAs.
Yeah.
Specifically because it has Kyle Rayner in there in his old costume.
With his giant Viewmaster mask?
His giant Viewmaster, but the important thing is he's got the black costume with the white belly. He's like, oh, that's the Penguin Green Lantern. That's the Green Lantern that has a pet space penguin. I like this guy.
Is that Ion?
No. The just according to his Superpets book, Kyle Rayner has a pet space penguin that is also a Green Lantern.
What?
And it's never shown up in any of the books anywhere except for the Superpets books, but he likes this guy just because he thinks he has a pet penguin. And I think that's kind of adorable.
If that's the reason, I've seen people like characters for much, much less.
Yes.
So I will give him that much. But I'm going to stick with the lanterns because I got Sinestro as well.
Sinestro farting.
Sinestro farting on the cover. Kelly, life has not been good for Sinestro. He accidentally had Korrigar, his home planet, destroyed.
Uh-huh.
So he went and found all the survivors and formed new Korrigar.
Okay.
And he went, well, this planet needs some power, something to generate electricity, energy, everything like that so we can sustain life on it. I'm going to put this giant fear elemental that hates life in the core, and surely that will not come back to haunt me ever in the future.
Yeah, I could see that coming back to bite him in the butt really quickly.
Well, it kind of does, because he is met by the Apex League, which is like the Space Justice League, the Pax Galactica of the future. If we're really going to call back something there. Mm-hmm. They end up arresting him and chopping off his ring finger and going, ha, you don't have your ring anymore. You're going to rot in jail for all eternity. And that's what they do. They lock him up. And they've actually been locking up all the lanterns, it looks like, because Nostromo, the leader of the Indigo Lanterns, like the actual guardian of the Indigos, he's in there as well, and the two of them work together a plan to escape. They put together this little machine that basically kind of creates yellow light for him to use, and they break out, they fly away to New Korrigar, and the Apex League follows them, and Sinestro kills everyone else, of course, as soon as he gets there. And he steps out, the Apex League show up and go, dude, look what you did to this planet. You're the worst. Look, everyone's dead. Your daughter's dead. All of your yellow Sinestro Corps people are dead. Daddy, dead.
Are they dead?
I think they're dead.
Okay.
They might be okay though. We don't know. Sinestro goes, yeah, it's your fault. You guys showed up and trashed the place. When you arrested me, I was the one keeping Parallax in line. This is kind of on your heads, but I still claim responsibility for it. And since I don't have a yellow lantern anymore, I guess I'll have to figure out a different way to spread fear. And I guess since we're on this here dead planet, I'll just pick up this little black ring right here and go bloop. Now I'm Black Lantern Sinestro. Whee!
I was going to say, our son is obsessed with Black Lanterns for some reason.
Really? Where would he have run across them?
Well, he's, again, oddly enough, in the Superpets books, they show you what all the rings are, and I tried to figure what was the easiest way to explain what the Black Lanterns were. I'm just like, they're like the zombie lanterns. He's like, zombies? And mind you, his only reference to zombies has been Gravity Falls.
Okay.
So he's thinking sanitized, like Disney-friendly zombies. So he's like, that sounds awesome. It's a bunch of gnomes standing on top of each other wearing a cloak. That's great.
Possibly you might want to nip that in the bud before he gets to those books.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's right after Superpets.
At no point
is the Black Lantern stuff, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Darkest Night. Yeah.
Blackest Night. Yeah, it's right after Superpets in the reading order.
Mm-hmm, yeah. I was gonna say, I was actually gonna say no one starts throwing up rainbows in that one, but actually, that is kind of what the Green Lantern books have been for the past 10 years.
Yeah,
people throwing up rainbows.
Skittles.
It all comes together.
Skittle Squad, go! So you got Lantern books too. I think probably my favorite one.
Yeah, this is really good. Of course, I'm sure no one's shocked by this. Red Lanterns, Future's End.
Is it really Red Lanterns though? Is it really?
Is it really Red Lanterns? Indeed, it's about Red Lanterns. So Guy Gardner,
Just not all of the Red Lanterns.
so Guy Gardner and Bleeze are trying to wipe the universe of Red Lanterns. Guy Gardner is now a Blue Lantern,
Yes.
and Bleeze is storing.
Wait, so Blue Lanterns came back?
That's right. That's right. And they're the most powerful.
So there was enough hope. Somebody hoped enough that they would come back.
Guy
So
Gardner.
Sean hoped enough.
If
I
anyone's
did.
if anyone's going to force something through sheer will, it's going to be Guy Gardner.
Yep. I hope
that's
I
will-
get the Blue Lanterns
but
back.
that's willpower. That's not hope.
Well, we'll kind of get to that actually. And Bleeze is storing hundreds of thousands of rings on her bone hand wing.
Whee! Clanky,
Because every time they get every time Guy goes and uses his ultra specific Blue Lantern powers to take a red ring off of someone, she, instead of letting it go find a new host, she just stores it on her wings. They go off to the final battle. There's only 2 Red Lanterns left, and no more Reds. That's kind of their overarching thing they keep saying.
That's
no
their
more
mantra
Reds.
that
That's
they
their
keep
mantra,
saying.
yeah.
Yep.
And so they go to the final battle with Red King Jack, a.k.a. Rancor, who is now manning a red Palace of Buckingham in space and wearing a crown and a chainmail armor made out of red ring.
Yes.
It's no coat of pennies, but it'll do.
Hey, a red ring chainmail suit I am all with as well.
Mm-hmm. I just love Space Buckingham Palace. So Guy manages to
He
get...
was much more British this time
He
around.
was
didn't
so British. It's like the angrier you get, the more British you become.
Oi! Oi!
Sticky wicket! Oh! Guy manages to get the rings off of Rancor with his blue powers, and after Bleeze says to just kill him and then kill her, he instead takes all of her rings off and destroys them. So Bleeze, who now has hawk wings, she's back in her original form before she turned into like a skeletal succubus thing, and Rancor, they get to be in love again, and Guy spreads more hope throughout the universe. He's the best Blue Lantern because he's worn all of the different Roy G. Biv colors. Take that, Kyle Rayner.
Wait a minute, but you can't get rid of Red Lanterns because then you don't have Roy G.
If
Biv.
you hope enough,
You just have...
anything
Oi,
is
There-
possible.
There's one left, the red ring that he's wearing around his neck. He's got one of all of the rings around his neck.
Taste the rainbow!
Fruit flavors. All those flavors, put them together into a punch. One punch, if you will.
We're still hovering around that, huh?
Still hovering around. Hey, if they refuse to give it up, I may as well just go along with it.
Well, I also have Pandora, where we also learn how awesome Blue is. We actually find out the origin of the New 52. Kind of.
Kind of.
maybe. Kind of?
I read it. I'm not quite sure I got what you got, but tell me what you got.
Okay. The history of Pandora. She opened up a box. The sins came out.
Didn't we get her back history
Okay, well,
already?
cool your jets. Cool your jets. It turns out that the 7 deadly sins are not her enemy. They are facets of her. And at the end of every cycle, all of the sins and her get together and they duke it out, and whoever wins gets to end the world in the manner of their choosing. So if gluttony wins, I guess everyone eats a whole bunch of McDonald's and just keels over or
So
something. I don't know.
gluttony is winning, apparently, or
Well,
won the
yeah,
war.
I don't know. It's kind of it's a give and take right now, so we don't know. But in this case, she calls them all together. Wait, actually, she resurrects them because she killed them once already, and calls them in front and goes, "Hey guys, guess what I figured out? We're all the same person here. You're, the 7 deadly sins, and I would assume, since there was
But
only
she's
one
the
other thing,
8th deadly sin.
no, if there was only one other thing left in the box, and that was hope. Pandora is a Blue Lantern. More Blue Lanterns. Need more. More.
Yeah, sure.
So anyway, she goes.
No, there was actually a running theme in my thing where it was like, wait, aren't you kind of useless without a Green Lantern sitting next to you? How does that work? Did you swallow a tiny Green Lantern or something?
I did like that with her trying to figure out how he's able to use all this stuff. You found a really microscopic green and you swallowed him and he's living in your stomach right now. No, I'm not that smart. So anyway, she calls them all together. They go, hey, let's not fight, I guess. And let's see how this New 52 thing plays out. Yeah, woo! Woo! Woo!
See, she's pro podcast, where
Yeah.
everybody else
Yeah.
is not.
But the 7 deadly sins are against us, I guess.
Yeah.
No, it makes kind of sense. It makes kind of sense.
Doesn't
'cause
really
she would've-
explain how she did everything, though.
Well, they get to end the world in their manner
Okay.
of their choosing. So she decided to end it by combining the 3 and restarting the timeline
Okay.
with hope. at its center. There's an S right at the middle.
Yes.
Because on his planet, it means hope.
Supergirl, Future's End.
Yeah, that was way too much of a pause for you to go for that obvious link right there for you.
So Supergirl has been assimilated by her father, the cyborg Superman.
How did he assimilate her? Just answer me this. Because she doesn't seem to be a cyborg. She's got metal bits.
Got metal bits. Maybe he chopped off her arm at one point. We got a ding that we missed somewhere.
I don't know. It just looks like he glued metal on her face, though.
Yeah.
He's just like, yeah.
Call in Lady
Hey,
Gaga's
you're a
team.
cyborg now.
We're just gonna paste some stuff to your face and call it a day.
Just some tinfoil around your forehead there. And yeah, you're a cyborg now. Go bleep, blop, blorp, and go about your business.
They are flying through the universe, being awful to each other. And she comes back to Earth and comes across a team of Neo-Sapiens, who were her pals for a while, including Captain Comet, who is her new forever love that snaps her out of her brainwashing, and they beat her dad. And Neo-Sapiens, everybody! But if anything, it does provide some credence to our theory about who 50 Sue is.
Yes.
That Neo-Sapiens do become an important thing.
I just
We're not like mutants at all.
I just like that he kisses her and the tinfoil just kind of falls off her face.
Yes.
And I was like, you're the worst cyborg ever, Cyborg Supergirl. Just everything's fine.
I was just
after
storming
that.
Lord Business's skyscraper, that's all.
So, okay, yeah, we already did that book, the stuff that we fixed. So next up.
I would like one Supergirl story. Number one, we got her origin again, thank goodness.
Yes, I forgot.
Yeah, and I would like one Supergirl story where she's not finding her new forever love. She's not being dictated by, a new boyfriend.
Isn't she supposed to be like a late teenager?
Kind of,
I can
but
kind of
still.
see that for that age bracket, though.
I still keep clinging to those Michael Ellen Nelson issues where she was acting like a teenager, but she was still being her own superhero.
Sure.
Yeah.
One of the many times she was finally turning the corner, you mean?
Yes. Before she had to tell her origin story about 8 more times again.
So next up, Batman and Robin. Future's End, number 1. The Heretic is back. Kelly, you remember the Heretic, right?
No.
He was the chunk-style, creepy baby-face clone of Damian that
killed Damian.
That killed Damian. The guy with the
Ew.
cowl thing, and
the bat mask and, like, Lawrence of Arabia outfit.
Yeah, I don't know a good way.
Weird.
But he has a creepy baby face that Brian likes a lot, and likes when his eyes get poked out all the time.
It's easily my most favorite thing about the Bat mythos.
But the Heretic has shown up once more, and Batman goes, I wonder if this is another Damian clone. I should go find out. But I don't want my new Robin showing up, because last time I saw this guy, he killed my last Robin, and I'm not cool with that. So, Pennyworth, keep new Robin off to the side doing something else, and I'm gonna go check this out. Doesn't work out too well for Batman. He gets trounced by Damian, just getting tossed around. While the new Robin, a African-American gentleman by the name of Duke.
Yeah, it was the dude that saved him in 0 Year.
Yeah.
All grown up.
I thought that was actually kind of a cool little callback right there. But I've
been training ever since I met you. Come on.
I did so many crosswords. He's being chased, he has to chase down the Seaside Rats, Modbot and her mod squad.
Yes.
And Killer Croc. And basically he's just being kept busy until finally he goes, you know what? I know you're just keeping me out of whatever's important, and shows up and helps out Batman, and the two of them take down Heretic together. And he goes, Batman, dude, I'm willing to work with you here, but you gotta stop this whole I'm trying to protect you thing, because clearly for the last couple decades that has not worked out well for you. Let's just work together with this stuff and we'll actually get stuff done. And Batman goes, you know what? You might be right. My back's feeling pretty good, so let's go off dancing, I guess, and maybe a little salsa, because surely nothing's wrong with my back. So next up, Batwoman.
Yeah, I was wondering if we missed this, because I didn't the notes on it.
Nope, I took it from you because it was a very you-heavy 2 weeks. So
yeah.
I was like, I'll pick up some of his here. It's Alice, Vampire Hunter. Because Batwoman's sister is trying to hunt down Batwoman because she was bit by what's-her-name in those issues.
Lady Nocturna?
Lady Nocturna, and turned into a vampire. All vampires.
Mm-hmm.
Hiss, hiss. So she's going around killing people, and in this case is trying to kill Maggie Sawyer, and Alice is trying to stop her. But she has a team of people to work with, being Etrigan, who I guess isn't stuck out in limbo.
Yeah.
And Clayface. And that's her squad of people.
Ragman kind of shows up, and
Yeah,
his,
he just kind of
his
pokes
soppy
his head
rag
in.
face kind of just gets thrown in someone's face at one point.
He's like, hey, I'm still here too.
Does this rag smell like chloroform?
No? Oh, okay. Probably do that first
Mhm.
before I put it over your mouth. So yeah, she ends up netting Batwoman to the wall, like sticking her to the wall. And then, of course, at that moment, Batwoman goes, oh, clarity has returned to me. I remember everything. Oh my God, Alice, I'm so sorry. You gotta let me go. We have to get out of here before it takes control of me. And Alice goes, oh, surely this isn't a trick, and pulls down the net, and Batwoman tries to attack her, and as she does so, Alice shoves the stake right up through her heart. She turns to dust and blows away. And then, the Nerf Herders song plays, and, I don't know, Angelus shows up, and there's a Watcher meeting or something. And I'm trying to go with all the things I remember from Buffy here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a silent issue. Nona from Pete and Pete shows up.
Yeah. And
I'm also your sister.
So yeah, it was an issue. It was an issue. It wasn't my favorite by far. I love what they're doing with the character stuff. I like Alice a lot. I don't know what it's missing though.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's, and I'm not going to judge it based off the Future's End issue.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait. I'll come back to it next month and see what's going on in there. So, Europe.
Catwoman.
It's the first one.
A perfectly normal movie-style trip through Gotham City's underground.
Oh, it's the first post of an era.
Yeah. Yeah, so Catwoman is in charge of the Gotham mob families, headed up by the Penguin, Aaron McKillen, Matt Falcone, and Georgie Maroney, a.k.a. Georgie Bananas. Georgie Bananas is a mob boss who has had his brain implanted into the body of a gorilla. He does not get any respect. So, Matt Falcone is her second-in-command / boyfriend, and he tries to blow up her car, but she knew about it all along. It was a 5-year-long con being in charge of all the mob families.
So she could steal all the mob money.
Mhm.
Whoop wah.
And the remaining bosses get angry with each other and refuse to cooperate, and Catwoman fake dies as she real-lived by starting a gang war.
The circle of life.
Moves us on! Birthday girls!
She's Catwoman. You can do
Yeah.
Lion King stuff for Catwoman.
Yeah.
I just can't wait to be my boss. Yeah, it'll be great. I love it.
Tusk is the warthog.
It was such a normal issue.
I know.
And
Well, even though there was
logical progression.
even though we had Georgie Bananas and Tusk got killed.
Yeah, I mean, we even have these zany characters, but I followed the story from the first page to the last
I
page.
know.
That's like, this is a Catwoman. What is this Drac?
So it
Charlie
actually,
Fish and your basic tenets of story writing. How dare you?
He also did the backups for Morrison's Action
Morrison
Comics that I
Superman,
really
and he
liked.
did the last like Catwoman one shot, and that was perfectly good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So, is he the one writing this book afterwards, or
We got
someone
I
else?
think we got a new female writer coming in to take over
Okay.
Catwoman.
Well, we'll see what we get.
Don't recall who, but I seem to recall that being a sound bite for the post Futures End months.
So, speaking of zany, I got Harley Quinn Futures End #1,
Oh.
where I'm actually very mad at this book for not making the obvious pun, and it was very simple, and I just don't think it was playing to their audience, so they just didn't do it. Harley Quinn decides to go on vacation, but can't afford a flight, so she ships herself cargo to the Caribbean, and the plane crashes, and she ends up washed up on a desert island where the indigenous people think she's a god and take her to meet their god king, who happens to be the Joker. Yup. And the Joker has made these indigenous tribes people dress up like the Justice League so that he can make them walk into his traps and murder them incessantly. That's what he's been doing for the last 5 years, I guess. But they want to get them married so they can sacrifice Harley Quinn to their volcano god And they get up there, and that's when she finds out, and she gets very, very angry that he was going to sacrifice her. But it's too late. It's burping. Now both of the gods have to be pushed in, and they do not make a Joe-Ker versus the volcano joke at all. And I was very angry about that.
Orange soda cans or anything, huh?
None.
Man.
None. Not even a gods must be crazy joke.
Yeah.
But they make a Wilson joke, and I was like, come on.
That's the easiest
Come on. The volcano blows. She gets knocked away from everyone else. Comes to on the beach as Aquaman does his usual, I found someone stranded on an island. Hey, you need a ride on my porpoises? That's what he says. And she's all like, oh yeah, if porpoises mean what I think they mean. Yep. Harley Quinn, Future's End.
Harley Quinn.
Again, it's the goofy stuff. I can't fault it for being what it is. It's very proud of what it is, and it's just going to run right down that path. So.
Someone was once arguing with me about why Superman was better than Aquaman, and I was fake defending Aquaman because this was during my ironic love of Aquaman era. And my main talking point was, excuse me, has Superman ever water skied on the back of dolphins? I think not. And I would not veer away from it at all. that was my only talking point. This guy was getting so mad with me. It was fun. I'm not a good person.
No, you're not at all. You just wasted so many minutes of that man's life. Red Hood and the Outlaws, Future's End #1. Still like this book.
Okay.
Still like it. Jason's been left behind. Roy Harper got invited up into the big leagues. He's part of the Justice League now. So he left behind the Outlaws. Corey went back. Starfire, she's queen of her people again. Leaving just an outlaw. The loneliest outlaw.
Aww.
Jason, Red Hood, and he's like, man, this kind of sucks. I guess I'll do all the outlaw-y things and murder people that are doing wrong. He's much more, serrated knives and guns, but in control. Like, he's very understanding that, okay, I'm gonna kill the bad people, but I don't need to kill the cops. They're just doing their job. Yeah, I just murdered someone. Of course they're gonna come after me, so I'm not gonna murder the cops or everyone else. I'm just after the bad
9 to
people.
5, I punch in my time card, then I kill people with serrated knives. As soon as the whistle blows, I punch that time card again.
I slide down the back of the dinosaur.
Yep.
It's all over.
Go eat my gigantic slab of ribs, and that's that.
But he ends up raiding...
Prime can wait till 9 a.m. tomorrow.
He ends up raiding an airship, like a...
I pirate?
Kind of. It's like a SHIELD helicarrier, but it's the USS G.W. Bush. And he blows it up and steals all the information off of it. He's like, whoop, 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 and flies away. Red Arrow, Arsenal, Roy Harper, whatever you want to call him, shows up and is like, dude, you can't do this stuff. I'm on the Justice League now. I gotta haul you in. And Jason tries to make a break for it, and Roy actually takes the shot. Puts a big old, like, hole in his helmet, and he wears it with pride now to remember that his friends have left him behind. Sad, sad, sad guy. But his new job now, he goes around finding bad people, puts a red hood, like a cloth hood, over their head as they sleep, and basically it means you have 24 hours to confess all your crimes or you will be murdered by the Red Hood. And then he just goes and has pancakes or something, I guess, for 24 hours and then comes back and kills the people. Mm-hmm. And we get to see one of those missions where he has retrofitted his own Goodyear blimp with missiles and machine guns and Gatling guns and just blows apart this entire building, kills the guy, and then moves on to go do the next one. It was a good read for Jason Todd. It really was. It's still the Jason Todd broken. He's still trying to keep himself in check, but he's still fighting his demons alone, so he's kind of losing it a little bit, getting a lot more violent, but I liked it. I liked it a lot. I'm just going to say that. I know people do not like the Scott Lobdell, but I'm just saying this Red Hood book, with him writing it, Trey good. Trey good.
All right. So Teen Titans, Future's End. The Titans of Earth 2, Clarion the Witch Teen, Girl Kid Flash, and Tempest, who is just Lagoon Boy with a better name, team up with Earth Prime's Heretic and Brazil's Animal Girl to take out spoiled rich kid Archimedes Grant and the crooked politician. Good Lord, I can't talk. And the crooked politician he's working with to pass pro-rich people legislation.
Well, yeah, this sounds like Teen Titans.
Yeah.
Yo!
Oh, yeah.
Do.
Yep, that was the issue.
Oh.
I think they
thought there was more to it than
No,
that.
that's what they do. I literally could have summed it up in that one sentence.
Wow. So what'd you think of the characters, I guess, then? Because we have new characters here.
Did you know that Clarion the Witch Boy doesn't like being called Clarion the Witch Boy?
I do now.
Yeah.
I do know
That's
now.
what I got out of that.
What's this female Flash? Who is she?
That's a good question.
Oh, we don't get that answer?
No.
Okay.
No, she's blonde and she's kind of wearing like I don't know.
Tempest / Lagoon Boy? Any link with Aquaman?
He does magic. He's from Earth 2's Atlantis.
Okay, we'll see. That's information.
He's Lagoon Boy with the old Aqualad's name. When Aqualad got older, instead of, kind of like how Robin became Nightwing, Aqualad became Tempest.
Okay.
So he took that name. So he's not Lagoon Boy, and people don't laugh at him.
And they have their own heretic, you said?
There was a heretic. They also sort of imply that there might be many heretics running around.
Okay.
They have a heretic. And then there's some animal girl who literally shows up in the last, 3 pages. And she's like, hey, I'm Animal Girl. And she has Animal Man's powers, and she's from Brazil. So I guess, Animal Man eventually cedes power to someone else, and she's the new Avatar
so is
person.
she the one that Swamp Thing doesn't like and steals her bears?
No, I think the Avatar would be the person who sent her out, because Animal Man was just an agent, right? So she must be must be that jerk's agent.
Stealing her bears.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, well, I guess it's a start. We'll see.
As long as those bears don't maul me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Too soon. Too soon, Sean.
Sorry.
Going on to Flash. Buckle in, everybody. In the present,
Wait, our president or the present president or the future president?
In the present of 2019.
There you go. You got to specify.
The future Flash has come back to kill Reverse Flash and prevent him from causing a car accident that paralyzes Irish West and kills Wally West.
Irish West?
Irish West.
Okay.
She runs the Irish Spring.
Does she work with McKillen?
Yep. So future Flash kills Reverse Flash, then fights the Future's End era Flash. 2 berries in the same place causes Speed Force feedback and causes
Speed Force feedback.
and causes Future Flash. I can't even focus on all these words in front of me.
You're just saying random words now. You're not even making sense.
It's late.
It causes Future Flash to disappear and fries Good Barry. Good Future's End Barry is dying, but not before he gives the Speed Force to Wally. Wally has...
Wait, our Wally or Wally for the future?
Wally from 2019. Wally has to find out where Future Flash is and run there and stop him.
And the whole premise of these 2 episodes
completely
falls apart with this one issue.
So we cut to 5 years ago in 2014, where Future Flash shows up and is almost hit by a truck, and then Wally West in a silver uniform from 2019 shows up to beat him up before he can
In 2014?
In 2014, he shows up to beat up the Future Flash before he can beat up past/current day Flash in 2014. And why did I have to do this book this week?
Things happened.
So from what I understand, future Flash is still coming back in time, trying to atone for things by killing himself because he's the stop valve for the Speed Force.
Mm-hmm.
So if he kills himself in the past before he breaks it, time won't get all wonky.
Yes.
So he killed the Barry Allen from 5 years from now, but apparently that didn't work. He has to go further back in the past to before he broke it.
Yes.
So when that future Flash died, Wally West got his powers and became the Flash, and then followed him into the past of 2014 to defend the Barry Allen of 2014.
Yes.
Yeah! Boom! That's how you get it done! What? Chicken butt?
Oh, that better not be a recurring thing.
It's a Future's End thing.
Yeah, it's okay.
So I will wrap up the show because we're just getting slap happy.
Yeah.
Actually, beforehand, it continued the story. It did exactly what we wanted it to.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the Future's End thing not really having any effect on the story itself.
Yeah.
But they still wormed it in. It's the third time they've done that now in Flash.
Yeah.
So it's kind of impressive.
Yep.
Unbroken streak, they haven't had anything really knock them off course.
Yep.
So
Doesn't quite mash up with the Santa Flash that we see, but I'm sure time.
Well,
so,
Santa Flash is 35 years in the future.
Yes.
So that's fine.
You know, superheroes always come back from the dead.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he came back. 35 years? He's probably come back and died 10 times since
Yeah,
then.
you're right. You're right.
Last book of this show, though, Star-Spangled War Stories featuring G.I. Zombie, Future's End, #1. Horror.
#:***.
There's a lot of colons
Question
in
mark.
this one, and livers and spleens and
Yep. #horror espionage.
Yes, now that we have a name for it.
Yes.
The Black Ice Plague. Remember that chemical biological weapon that was being released in the last issue that the Sons of Anarchy gang had lying around in their Patriot missiles? Has been released, and what it's done is turned the population into zombies themselves. But it seems like they're under the command of some sort of military commander. Like someone's sending these zombies out to do things, or strategically putting the plague in places, and it's marching on Gotham City right now. So on an aircraft carrier, G.I. Zombie is trying to find the cure for his partner, Carmen, who has been infected as well. And as he is doing so, the military sends in paratrooper zombies onto the aircraft carrier, and they end up fighting each other off, and there's a big zombie fight up on the deck, but they destroy their missile launcher so they can't shoot off the antitoxin that they end up making to cure Carmen. So the only thing they can do, Brian, to solve this dilemma, how can we get the cure out to all of the people of Gotham? We're going to borrow these crop dusters from a nearby farm, these biplane crop dusters, and go up enemy ace style and just blanket it with the cure. That's what they're going to do. But as they're doing
Robert
so...
Smith?
Robert Smith? No, not that cure.
Okay.
Not that cure. Sorry. So as they're up there, the military shows up to attack them with a helicopter, and we find out who's been commanding it the entire time. Gravedigger.
So Dusty from Cars is or Planes, Fire
Yes,
and
he is
Rescue is
saving
going to
the day.
show up and save the day.
He's saving the day.
Well, at least he saves the day somewhere.
Gravedigger's a zombie, too, and they get into
And
a
also a
zombie
monster
fight.
truck.
They get into a zombie fight, and G.I. Zombie just kind of rips his head off and then says...
I would pay to see G.I. Zombie
versus
punch
a monster
truck.
It'd be pretty good, I think. But they get into a big fight, and he lops his head off and goes, "Okay, I'll take your 2 parts back to court so you can stand trial for what you did."
I did love him carrying the head in a sack while the other part of the body just follows along behind
Yeah,
them.
just follow along body of the head here. I still like this book. It's
so good.
It's so not what I thought it was going to be at all, and I do enjoy it. All of the couple issues more.
It was so nice to see it come back after 5 years.
Yes,
it was so prematurely canceled.
Yes,
but it so easily got picked up by AMC. So
hey, they'd probably run with it for a couple seasons.
Yeah.
But that's it. That wraps up all our books. Lightning round complete. We don't have to do that anymore, Brian.
Woo.
We finished. Yeah,
That was awful.
Future's End month. Woo.
I never want to do that again.
So as a reminder to you guys, you have to go out there and support this hobby, and to do so, you have to buy these books.
Please buy G.I. Zombie. Please.
I hope some people give it a shot. I'm a realist here at this point. I saw the numbers for the first issue or two. And it was
Yeah,
just
you
like,
told me yikes is all I can say.
Yeah.
We don't report on stuff, but yikes.
I mean, maybe if enough people go out there and buy it, it can stick around, but I'm not.
Maybe you'll get that Vertigo wait for the trade kind of thing going on. But
maybe it'll at least get to that point. That's all I can ask for, really. That's all I can ask for. But you guys have to support the hobby. If you don't buy the books, they won't make the books, and no one wins. Everyone loses in that scenario. So make sure you do your part, I guess. Buy what you want, buy what you like. Don't feel pressured into buying anything other than that, though. By anyone. Unless it's good and you're not reading it and someone tells you it's good and it actually is good, then you should buy that. But they could be lying to you and telling you it's good and it's not. So you have to be careful. Be careful how you spend your money.
Just keep buying those Demon Knights and Dial H trades.
Yes. Next week, we're back on track, Brian. Back on track. It's going to be great. We got 16 books, though. So it's kind of almost like this week.
when we hop on the time treadmill and head back to the past.
Yes, as we get into our time bubbles and go back.
As we reboot with our new #1 issue.
It is. It's the beginning of season 2, I believe, once we get back to 2014. And guess what books we're starting with?
Well, I know one of them.
And what is one of them?
Gotham Academy.
Gotham Academy is one of them. We also have action.
The Harry Potter for
Yes, the Batman book for Kelly will be coming out next week.
Squee! With an anime look as well. Or a manga
I
look.
wouldn't even call that anime.
It's a manga look.
All right.
It's a total manga look.
I think that's pigeonholing it.
The art style? I don't know.
I think there's more to it than just that.
From the
almost
little
say
preview things that I've seen, it's very much obviously it's pulling a lot of inspiration from there at the least.
Okay.
So back off, Jack. Action Comics 35 comes out. Aquaman and the Others #6. Batman Eternal #26, of course. Batman Superman 14 continues this is really weird. Why is Catwoman and Superman hanging out instead of Batman and Lois Lane?
That's a fantastic cover.
Yes.
Superman and Catwoman just kind of talking to each other, looking all lovey-dovey at the Enchantment Under the Sea dance. You see Batman's finger come in to tap Superman on the shoulder, like, wait just a minute.
Detective Comics #35. Those freaking covers for Detective Comics are amazing. Gotham Academy #1, as you just said. Grayson #3. I saw the preview for this. Brian, all I can say is just amazing.
I need to get on the Grayson train.
You need to get on the Grayson train. I'm just gonna say, Dick Grayson uses his name in the intro of a James Bond movie, pretty much, where it's him having a conversation and some lady calls him something else and he goes, "That's not my name. My name is," and you turn the page and it's like the sex scene of them in ecstasy as she's yelling out, "Dick!" And you can almost just see the James Bond finally come in like, "Ba-da, ba-da."
Oh, man.
And I'm just like, yes! Can't wait. I just love the book so much. Green Arrow #35. We start somewhere a little different now. Possibly getting new cast members in the book, so we'll see how that goes.
So some are getting shot off into space?
Possible.
Possibly.
Very, very possible. A small mind would tamper with the source of creation and not foresee a terrible reckoning, Brian.
God, those covers are amazing.
Because Green Lantern #35 is coming out next week as we start the whole Godhead thing.
I can't wait to see how they work in all the rest of the trade dress and those things, but good God, they're amazing.
I know, I love
If they leave everything else off, they'll be the ballsiest thing in the market.
It
right
will
now.
be, and it will look amazing, honestly. They'll just stick out so much,
Oh,
and
I
people
know.
will just be, what is this? Speaking of New Gods Godhead #1 comes out as well. So it's actually next
Extra
week
stuff.
is the start of the whole thing.
Very good.
Justice League #34, who has a Green Lantern of their own, or at least a power ring. Justice League 3000 #10. Lowbro's #1 comes out. But now that we know it's by Cullen Bunn, I'm actually
Excited about it.
I'm kind of curious about it now. I want to see where it goes. What else we got next week? Swamp Thing #35 as he heads into the machine. New 52 Future's End #22, and finally Wonder Woman #34, the penultimate issue, I want to say.
Sad.
Yeah. Or is
Very
that the
sad.
last? Could that be the last? No, I think 35 is the last. Yeah. So, all that's coming up next week. Yay! Hey, there's some good books in that mix.
That's
right
some
there.
amazing books in
Yeah,
that.
you cannot say that's not a good
No,
lineup
no,
for
no,
us
not
to
at all.
start a new season right there. If you guys do want to get in touch with us, we'll get some questions back into the mix next week. You can reach us at the internet. Kelly, do you know where the internet is for the address, I guess? W's? Periods? Coms? Things?
It's the .coms.
Just Google us.
Yeah.
DCR Podcast. That's what we are everywhere. Or you can email us at feedback@dcrpodcast.com. And, yeah, you'll find the rest. It's pretty easy. We're all over. Guys, do you have anything before we take off? I need to blow my nose really, really bad.
Yeah, I'm just going to wrap it up right now.
I'm like falling asleep.
Yeah, I'm getting sick and it kind of sucks. Real quick. Mid-October, we're going to have to record on a Wednesday because I have my wisdom teeth and and stuff done on that Thursday.
Oh, that
morning
sounds like
following.
fun.
Yes. So
that just sounds the best ever.
otherwise, that episode's going to be complete crap, and I would rather not do that. So maybe a little oddities in 2 weeks or so, 2-3 weeks. So I give you guys forewarning right now. That being said,
we're not going to get Painkiller Sean episode.
I was going to say the end of October we probably will be, not on our normal recording days either because of Halloween.
Oh yeah, true. We'll figure it out. I'm not worried about that. But until then, guys, enjoy your books, enjoy your week, enjoy your lives, for at least the next 5 years, because they're pretty cool. Let me tell you, 2014 to 2019, best years ever. Woo! Woo! And we will talk to you next week.